Yo, what is up? We are back in Erlenberg, North Spawn, and we are riding today with Gomo Klate. Gomo, thank you for this replay. And he is driving the FV4005 Stage 2 Tier 10 tank destroyer with the big boom gun. And what's special about this gun? Well, we can carry two kinds of ammo here. One that does 1150 damage with 310 penetration on the AP shells, and the other shell that you carry is the hash shells that does 1750 damage with 230 penetration, which is exactly what he is using there. The first shot within 30-40 seconds of the game and completely deleted a Sheridan. Now he's got the hash rounds in the 1 slot and the AP standard shells on the 2 slot, and it looks like he carries a lot more HE shells than he does on the AP shells. Well, we call them HE, but they're not traditionally HE. These are hash, and hash, I suppose you get a lot more penetration than your standard HE. 230 to the side of the turret of the T-54. He might as well call it quits because he's already done enough damage, over 3000 damage in that 2 shots in less than 2 minutes. He's already done his part for the team, deleted 2 tanks. What more can you ask for from the FV4005 Stage 2? A lot of time goes by before your next shell is ready. To be exact, about 25 seconds it takes you to reload, and he's going to try and HE the E4 but only gets 100 damage out of it because he was trying to penetrate the low plate, I guess. But you can't do that with 233 penetration, and with that kind of angles, it's not going to work out. So 25 seconds. And the aim time takes about 2.5 seconds. It has a 0.35 dispersion, so it does take a while to aim, and the shell velocity as well is 830 on the AP shells, 830 meters per second, I guess you would say. And it's the same on the HE shells as well, or the hash shells you call it. 830 meters per second. It's kind of slow, so you really need to fully aim, and you also need to lead your shots quite well. He didn't pull the trigger down there because he knew he was not going to get that shot to hit that tank, but he's going to try again because it looks like there's another customer, a great opportunity here to shoot, but he rushed that shot without being fully aimed. This is because he could no longer depress the gun further to follow the gun, to follow that tank down that slope. So he didn't really have time. He had to take a gamble, and you never know, RNG might work in your favor sometimes. But again, wait for another 25 seconds, and in that time you have you can contemplate what you want to do next. So take your time to think about where you are in relation to your team and the enemy. Make an assumption, try out some new moves. 25 seconds is a lot of time for you to think about what you want to do next, and that's what you got to do when you are playing these kind of tanks with the slow reload big boom gun. You got plenty of time to observe the map and look at where the enemy is rotating, find out where is the best location that you could be most effective from. And Gomo has decided that he should stay put, and it is a good idea because he needs to stay as a support tank. He needs to be around guys that can back him up. He needs to be around his teammates, whether it be medium tanks or heavy tanks, people that can absorb the armor or people that are pushing forward. He needs to hang around with the rest of the group because in one of these tanks, the FV4005, you don't have great mobility to flex around the map, so you need to be really careful about where you are going to place yourself. And he's sensing an opportunity here, and there you go, deleted another guy, although he didn't get the entire hit points out of that tank, but it was good enough to kill him off. 1300 HP out there, and you know, that's kind of satisfying every time you do something like that, right? Big hits. That's what this tank is about. Placing yourself in positions where you can deliver that big hit, where you can deliver the knockout punch. So he's observing his team on the east side that's pushed forward into the hills, and he's going to be trying to support them. If anything is lit, they're going to be toast, but it looks like they're clearing out that place and there's no one there, which means there's no one that can snipe him or take him out from the east side, which means he's safe to push forward on this side of the riverbank. Whoop, next target, the next customer, 613, and deletes yet another customer out of this game, sends him to the garage. Think about his life choices and on to the next target. And always remember, when you are reloading, try and find a place to a safe place for you to reload, not expose yourself. Give yourself time. You've got 25 seconds to think about where you want to go next. Observe the map, look at where the enemies are, and then decide where you want to go. And that's exactly what he did, and look what he found. Yet another customer. Easy peasy. Alright, he's making this game look really easy, and that's because he did the hard work in the early part of the game, where he deleted 2 guys in the first 1 minute and 10 seconds, something like that. And basically it's just clean up time from now on. 10-4, the game is basically over. You are just chasing damage now to see as much damage as you can get to try and get your ace tanker, top gun, whatever you want to do. This tank isn't very fast, so you got to think 3 steps ahead and move to the direction where you think the enemy is. It only has 35 kilometers an hour top speed and 12 kilometers an hour reverse speed. It's traversing at 32 degrees per second. It's not bad traversing. It's not exactly the fast kind of, you can't really snap your turret around very quickly, but it's fast enough for you to be effective. It has 10 degrees of gun depression, so you can depress your gun when you are you know, when you're overlooking a ridge or something. But you got to remember, this is a very tall tank, so when you are poking over a ridge, more often than not you're going to get spotted first and you're going to get shot at first. So if you're poking over a ridge, remember you are going to probably be trading 1 shot for 1 shot. You are guaranteed going to get shot at. So just remember that, because it is a very tall big tank, so there's no like camo values or stuff like that on this tank. Don't expect any kind of camo values on this tank. This tank also has no armor at all. It's paper thin, so you're gonna get HE'd a lot if you make any kind of mistake. And that was the game. Easy peasy, very quick game, and easily get an ace tanker, high caliber, and a ton of damage. I know it didn't look like he did a lot, but that was 8,105 damage, and more than 3,000 of it came from a distance of over 300 meters. Easy ace tanker. It looked like an easy game, and it was an easy game, and that's because he put himself in the correct position and he moved in the right manner, observing the minimap and what the rest of his team was doing. When it looked like he was going to, you know, completely face roll the enemies, he moved forward and didn't wait for the heavy tanks. He quickly rushed into the frontal positions to get the late damage that got him the ace tanker. So hope you enjoyed the video, and shout out again once again to Gomo Klate Gomo. Thanks for the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.